I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty musical. This week, we might have found out that machines can write music. Or can they? If you look at the details behind the AI song contest and the AC/DC music that has been written by quote-unquote machines, you'll find that actually brilliant engineers are behind the songs themselves. In both cases, brilliant data engineers and data scientists used algorithms and specific techniques to get to their results. In the case of Aznaur, who won with the Uncanny Valley team, the AI song contest, she used Hawk and Bash to pre-process melodies and convert them into stress patterns. She also used her old PhD code in order to get to her results. In From Turkey's case, or YouTuber Kirk Connor, he used a site called lyrics.rip to run a Markov chain to run the song lyrics, in this case AC/DC. Pretty good mix. Let's listen to that too. Wait, I forgot. Welcome to the top 5 data, AI, and analytics and leadership posts of the week. Remember that if you like this, you want to like, share, comment, and then of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel to be the first one to get these updates. Did you know that 25% of your employees are actually data people? And that's according to research from IDC. Dan Vessett and his team detail who they are: data engineers, data executive, data scientists, and of course, business analysts. You're going to want to take a look at that to make sure you identify them and take care of their career. Now, understanding who they are is particularly important because you know what? 87% of your data projects will never go live. That's about $30 billion down the drain, according to Daniel Jeffries, who gives us some great best practices on how to build your AI red team. And now onto our hero feature of the week. This is an amazing podcast called the SaaShimi podcast by Aznaur Midov, who breaks down how to run a business according to the best SaaS metrics. There's 6 episodes right now. There's one I must have listened to at least 3 times over this weekend, is an episode by Dave Kellogg that breaks down all the key metrics you're going to want to know in order to run SaaS business. There's one particular that I thought is particularly interesting to isolate for you, is the idea of churn. Let's listen to how he breaks that down to see if you're going to like the podcast.
So I can just say, okay, in a year you leaked out $1 million, you had $10 million in your bucket, all of it was up for renewal, so your churn rate was 10%. The issue is, in a world of multi-year deals, maybe only half of it is up for renewal. Maybe 5 is up for renewal this year, and 5 is up for renewal next year because we're doing 2-year deals. And in that world, you then really, if you want to do what I call ATR churn, which is measuring churn against the available to renew base, which to me is the more interesting statistic, right? If I want to know how long your contract durations are, I can ask you about that, right? If you do lots and lots of long deals, that's great. I'll know that. But when I ask churn, typically I think the honest person answers on an ATR basis. If we had this many people up for renewable, available to renew, how many did we renew? So in the prior example where we had $1 million in churn with the $10 million of ARR, we'll calculate it on an ARR basis, that would be 10% churn. And if it was all annual contracts, it would be 10% churn. But say we're doing 50-50 and the ATR base was actually only $5 million. Well, then it's 20% churn.
Now, there are 5 more episodes like this with Bruce Cleveland and Tracy Eiler and Jacko and a bunch of folks you've heard of that are great SaaS leaders. Really subscribe to the channel and contact Aznaur if you've got any questions. Of course, if you want more resources, I'm going to put down here a great TechCrunch article you should take a look at that really breaks down the 4 key metrics you should be aware of. That's sales growth, sales efficiency, revenue churn, cash churn, and operating income. Before I wrap up, I want to send a few shout outs to some of my friends, people that have inspired me through this week. Marr Jeffrey and his great virtual event best practices. If you haven't watched that, I'm going to put a link for you so you can take a look at it. Bernard Marr, who I spent an hour with this week, really talking about why data is so vital nowadays. We had 20,000 people join, hundreds of comments. Bernard, thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. And then finally, if you like these updates, make sure that you comment and let me know what you think about them, what I forgot this week. And then, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel to be the first one to be alerted of these updates. Until next time, I'm Bruno Aziza.